Alright, it's Mrs. Jolton again, and last week I forgot to hand out the 3.4 notes. I wasn't sure how far we'd get today. So I'm going to give you a little short video on the slope formula, and if we need to work on it more, we'll talk about it in class tomorrow. So the slope formula, I believe most of you are familiar with. When you're given 2 points, the first point being made up of the point x1 and y1, and the second point being the point x2, y2. When you're given 2 points, you can plug the x and y values into the formula given for slope. Okay? So I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can find slope. One is using the slope formula, one is using another method that works just as well. So if I say that we have to find the slope between -4, 7 and the point 2, 15, I'm going to label that x1, y1, x2, y2. It does not matter which point is your first or second ordered pair, okay? But just make sure you're consistent. If you choose which one you want for your first point, stick with that, and then your other one's your second point. So in this case, my slope is going to be equal to y2, which is 15, minus y1, which is 7, over, I'm going to subtract x2, which is 2, minus x1, which is -4. Notice I'm subtracting a negative on the bottom. Okay, don't think that you just have to put one of those 2 signs. You need both of them. You need the minus sign and the negative value for the x1. So when I simplify this, excuse me, my slope is going to be 8 over 6, or simplified to 4 over 3. Okay, so that's one way you can figure out your slope using the slope formula. If you don't want to use the formula, the other way that we've worked with slope is if you think of it, if you stack the 2 points and you just look for what your x's and y's are going up or down by. Okay? From 7 to 15, the y values are going up by 8. From -4 to 2, the x values are going up by 6. So if you remember, slope is rise over run. Okay, rise is up and down. That's your y value. So your slope is going to be, again, a +8 over +6, which is the same as 4/3. Okay, so no matter which way you decide to find your slope, they're both going to be accurate. All right, I want to show you 2 quick special cases, and then I'll let you get to work on your homework for 3.4. All right, find the slope between -3, 9 and the ordered pair 4, 9. I'm just going to use the slope formula for this one. So my slope is equal to, in the numerator, y2 minus y1, so that's 9 minus 9. And you might notice that this is a little special already because of the 9 minus 9. Then the bottom, my x2 is 4 minus my x1, which is -3. So when I simplify this, my slope ends up being 0 over 7. Okay, and 0 divided by 7 is 0. All right, so if you think about these 2 points, all right, if the slope is 0, that means it's rising 0 and running 7. So it's going to be a horizontal line. Okay, so just to kind of do a quick sketch, if I plot the point -3, 9, that's going to be over here somewhere. Point 4, 9 is going to be over here. You can see that's going to be horizontal. So the rise is 0, the run can be any amount. Okay? So anytime you notice you have a 0 divided by a number, that slope's going to be 0. All right, another one that's special is, excuse me, the second example here when we have to find a slope between 2, -7. And this is one where I'm just going to stack the 2 points, and 2, -11. So in this one, I notice that my y's are going down 4, and my x's are adding nothing. They're not going up or down by anything. So if I were to write my slope for this, my rise, or the change in my y values, is -4. My run, which is the change in my x's, is 0. If you try to divide negative 4 by 0, then your slope, your answer on your calculator, if you try to divide it there, is going to be undefined, or you're going to get an error message. So this is what we call an undefined slope. You cannot divide by 0, so your slope is undefined. Right? And it's undefined because it's a vertical line. Okay, if I were to sketch a quick graph of these 2 points, 2, negative 7 is down here. 2, negative 11 is a little bit further down. Those 2 lines are going to make a vertical line. So you can see there you're going to rise any amount, but your run is going to be 0. Okay, and dividing by 0 gives you an undefined answer, in this case an undefined slope. Okay, if you have questions on this, we'll talk about it in class tomorrow. Otherwise, good luck on your assignment. Thanks.